Hey everyone, I'm back at it. Boy, I really did a millennial pause there, didn't I? You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna own up to it. I'm a millennial. Heck, technically, I'm the last year of Gen X. I'm a baby Gen Xer. So I'm used to cameras that don't like respond right away when you click a button. I'm used to laggy software, so the pause. Um, If you have the confidence to barrel ahead and just start talking the moment you hit record, man, more the power to you. Because my Samsung Fold doesn't still even lags when I hit the record button. Okay, so before I start a renew the war between, generations, there's no Gen Zers watching my video, it's fine. I wanted to go on the record to correct a few things I said in the last video. They need some more corrections. I actually talked to Brandon Corey a little bit in YouTube comments and by email because I was just confused about the dead ends. And I was actually wrong about the oyster thing. I did go back and watch my second video where I'm reading the oyster, the book, and it does actually take a moment and yawn several times. It never clicked on to me though, because I think I was so intent on reading. I was just so focused on that big block of text that I totally missed it. And I forgot, like it's been so long, like it's been since the 90s since I played King's Quest 6 that I forgot that the getting the pearl was an option. So when it isn't presented in right up in my face the way, in the VGA version, it literally like zooms in on it and gives you, you know, a pointer, your mouse pointer. So it's really obvious what you're supposed to do, and I completely forgot all about that. And had I been using a walkthrough, I'm sure it wouldn't have been a problem. But I'm doing my best not to use a walkthrough or hints, and I'm failing. But Brandon also told me though in the comments of my last video that he introduced two new soft locks to the game. In the original version, when you put out the fire with Beauty's servant clothes, if you did not pick the hair off the dress, it would float up in the air and Alexander would grab it. And I don't remember that at all because I don't think I ever used Beauty's hair for the spell. I think I was always able to, in the VGA version, I always managed to get the pearl, get my ring back, send that to Cosima. So I never thought about it. But in the VGA version, the hair flutters up, you grab it. There's no way you cannot get Beauty's hair. The game prevents you from locking yourself out that way. But Brandon, being devious, removed that feature and I agree, it doesn't make sense that when you're in the middle of a Wicker Man situation and a random hair floats up in front of you, that'd be like, oh, let me grab that quick before I burn to death. The other soft lock that Brandon introduced was another one that I encountered, right? Is going to the winged ones and saying, "Yeah, sure, I'm ready to go to the catacombs before you have everything you need." And in the VGA version, I mentioned this in a previous video. The VGA version, I think they give you one freebie. Alexander will say, "No, I don't have everything I need." But how does Alexander know what he needs, right? It's the way of the VGA game being like, "Okay, okay, we'll give you a chance." And then, if you come back later and don't have everything you need, too bad, you're getting thrown in the catacombs. Now, Brandon just removed that completely. They just throw you in the catacombs because why would the winged ones narratively let you leave? They're like, they just let you walk out of the castle even though they know you're wanted by Alhazred and you're supposed to fulfill this prophecy. Yeah, they would throw you in the catacombs right away. Right away. So it doesn't make sense that they let you walk. Um, it's just the VGA version of the game, just, I would say trying to help you out, but then they end up not then they end up throwing you in the catacombs anyway if you're not ready because again, how is Alexander supposed to know what he needs when he goes in the catacombs? There's no way for him to like have that foreknowledge. So both of the changes I think make sense. I just like the idea of putting in new ways to get dead ends into an AGI make. It's very in the spirit of an '80s Sierra game. Oh, so luckily I didn't hose myself. I, had that save state before the druids, and I was able to go back and save my butt. Otherwise, I woulda had to start over. And the moment I realized I might have to start over, like, briefly before I realized the thing about the hair, I was just like, "Oh, no. Do I gotta start all over again?" The good news is that if you're not stopping to read all the text out loud and you just zip through it, the game doesn't take very long. Of course, it took me 4 hours to get this far, but I've been reading everything out loud. Reading out loud takes, let me talk to ghosts. Reading out loud takes more time than reading silently, right? And if you already know the story, you just enter through it. Hmm. Alexander standing on the surface of the realm of the dead. The barren, surreal landscape is cold and gray. Twisted shapes loom on the horizon. Now, this is actually Casima's. Oh, my friend just messaged me to say Nintendo's finally suing Pal World. Is that true? Yeah, they're finally suing Pal World. Why now, though? Patent infringement lawsuit. Hmm, interesting. Um, in my former life, I was an trademark and copyright attorney, and I'm curious as to what patents they infringed on. Anyway, that aside, I've been waiting for that to happen. I'm like, what's taking them so long? They made enough money, maybe. They collected enough evidence. What was I saying? This is Casima's parents, and I'm supposed to be able to talk to them. Now I got to figure out how to talk to them. There are ghosts wandering north and south. Yeah. Hello. Okay, there we go. I just had to wait till they were on top of me. Who are you, grieving spirits? I am Queen Ilaria of the land of the Green Isles, and this is this beloved spirit is my husband, King Caliphim. We were murdered in our beds by a trusted vizier. Like a viper, he snuck in during the night and stabbed us in our sleep. Now my husband's soul's broken, and he will not speak. Then, are you the ones I seek? Are you not the parents of Princess Cosima? Our daughter. Have you news of the princess? I know that she is alive and safely back in her kingdom after being rescued from Mordak, but I'm afraid I have not personally seen her. Alhazred is keeping her in a room in mourning for you. Oh, dreaded news. I'm glad to hear of her return because she was in King's Quest V. She's being held a prisoner by Mordak, um, who King Graham confronts. I forgot that she's like the scullion, the wench that's wandering around the castle in King's Quest V. I completely forgot about that. I'm glad to hear of her return, but she will not be safe alone with that devil. Oh, that we could be there to protect her. Cosima, how I failed thee. My poor husband will never rest while our murder goes unavenged and our daughter is in danger. I came to take you back with me. Your people are still loyal to you. They need to know about the vizier. Cosima needs you too. But this is the realm of the dead. We cannot leave it, nor you for that matter. The only one who might be able to return us all to the land of the living is the Lord of the dead, but he would never help us. He has no mercy. I might be able to convince him. I must try. I think that's a really like a wharf cadence I've given Alexander. Then take this. It is my ticket to the underworld. There you will find the Lord of the dead. I cannot use the ticket as long as I'm chained here, and if we cannot be avenged, I will never be unchained. Thank you. Perhaps it will save us all. Be careful, young man. If you can ease my husband's torment and help our daughter, we will be most grateful. I will do my best. Goodbye, Queen Ilaria. Okay, so I have the ticket. So now which way do I go? This way? Which way is it? I just don't wanna bump into the zombies, right? I like this guy over here. He's really taking his time. There we go. Wrong side of the screen. Look. The surface of the realm of the dead feels even more oppressive here. A path leads to an ominous-looking skull that looms in the distance. There is a ghost hovering and weeping. Allie, where is my little boy Ali? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So she's missing her son. There, okay. I was like, oh Lord, he's coming. Tickets, please. Next. Okay, so she went in ahead of me, so I don't have to go back. Besides, I haven't seen Ali anyway. I have a ticket. Go on. Next. Where am I? There I am. Oops. As soon as the water touches his skin, Alexander's mind and body go numb. He sinks like a lifeless stone. So wait, what happens when you die? What happens when you die in the underworld? You just die again. I guess so. I wasn't dead, right? I was a living person in the underworld. So I feel like I'm pretty close to the end of the game, right? There's not much. You have the underworld sequence, and then you have saving Cosima in the castle sequence. So there's not really much left to do in this game. I thought it would be 4 videos, and then I was like, well, maybe, how do I get across here? Maybe it'll be 6. I think 6 feels right because this is 5, right? So probably do the underworld here, and then we'll save the castle for the last video. Alexander standing, I was just looking at the screen, seeing if I could understand anything. And then I remember the look function existed. Alexander is standing inside the underworld. Organic walls form an oppressive passageway from which a spiraling path emerges and descends into the darkness. Far below, the surface of a black glassy river eerily reflects the glow of flickering torches. There's a knight laying on the side of the path. There he is. Wait, is this him? Is this the knight? Or is this the knight? A knight's remains lie abandoned on the path. The knight, like Alexander, must have been alive when he entered. Oh, this is the guy they talked about. He must have been alive when he entered the underworld, but for some reason he never reached his destination. Alexander wonders if this is the knight the druid spoke of. Alexander is not close enough to examine the knight. There we go. Careful now. Oops, there you go. I would say the number one cause of death in this game is falling, and I think that is pretty reflective of real life. Okay, Alexander examines the knight closer. Oh, apparently Alexander's not the only one who's curious about the body on the path. Okay, what's he got here? I think I take his gauntlet to throw down in front of Sawin, if I remember correctly, which is when I played this game in 1992, I was 12. That I think was the first time I learned about the concept of throwing down the gauntlet and what it meant. Video games teach you things. So I've been playing video games since I was like 4. We had a Commodore 64. I bought Tooth Invader on a cartridge for my Commodore 64. You put it in the back of the keyboard. I bought that in 1984. There's 2 things I bought in 1984 that really I remember. Tooth Defender. Boy, my brain just stopped. The cartridge for the C64 and a 45 of Wham's "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go" 'cause I had a little kid, like a little Fisher Price, record player that played 45s, and that shaped who I am today. Tooth, Defender, and Wham's "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go." Alexander takes the knight's black gauntlet and he examines the writing on it. Flesh may cross the portal and seek its master death. Flesh may go where death has trod and challenge like Shahrazad. Shahrazad, right, was the narrator, the woman who told all the tales of Arabian Nights, right? He who reigns beneath the sod to spare a mortal's breath. I believe that's who Shahrazad is. That sounds serious. And which part? The text or my interlude? Okay. The other thing I remember about having our Commodore 64 is my dad and brothers would print out their line by line moves for the Zork games. We had these like huge stacks of printed out paper of their playthroughs of Zork that just sat in my dad's closet. Weird. So we always had a computer in the house. And then I'm gonna save so I don't have to do that again. Because I'm just talking and I'll probably slip off a cliff. Then we got an IBM clone, um, and started playing, games meant for the PC. Up there I go. And I don't really remember a lot of them up until my pastor introduced me to King's Quest IV, Perils of Rosella. He's like, "You'll like this. The main character is a woman." Now I was way too young. I played a Perils. Oh, here we go, Karen. I played Perils of Rosella, and I certainly didn't beat it as a 10-year-old because that game is hard. But we had it at home. We had the manual where you had the uh-oh, I'll just leave that there. You have the marker to unveil the hints slowly. They're hidden and they need a certain ink to be so you don't like ruin all the hints at once. But so with the hint book, which you needed even as an adult to be honest, between the hint book and my adult father and my older brothers, we managed to beat Perils Rosella, but it wasn't because I helped. Wait, I must get across the river. Apparently, Karen doesn't intend to let travelers without fare loiter on the shores of his river. Okay, so we give him the coins, right? Obviously, that's what you do with Karen. Well, these coins do us fare for passage. Karen accepts the fare and waves Alexander under the boat. I like his color scheme. Makes me want to listen to metal, but I think that's just generally the effect Karen has on you. A short while later, then, of course, I played King's Quest V with the help of my dad because there are a lot of soft locks in that game. Uh, oh gosh, did I not save? I hope I saved. Then I played King's Quest VI, right, when it came out in '92, and at the same year, Ultima 7 came out, and I had played Ultima 6. Ultima 6 was still, you still had to type everything. Oh no, what is he gonna want? Do I just talk to him? I walked too close to the menacing gate. Oh, that's it, human, come close to me. I'm finding new ways to die. I'm just gonna find all the ways to die in the underworld. Look. When all else fails, look. Alexander is standing on a path in front of a large gate. The path is surrounded by the Chilly River Styx. Karen, the ferryman, is gone. Alexander has a feeling that he's close to his destination, that it must, in fact, lie on the other side of the gate. Large wooden gate is closed. Um, what do you need to get past this gate? Okay. Alexander reaches out to open the gate. Suddenly, the wood trembles beneath his fingertips. What touch has awakened my sleep? I smell the blood of a mortal. Reach out thine hand again, the fleshy human, that I might devour it. It has been centuries since I last ate. Despite his fear, Alexander summons his bravest voice to command the living gate. I would pass, gate. I have business with your master. My master and thine, human, I would be pleased to introduce thee. Only step forward, and thou shalt meet him shortly. No, thank you. I've come to meet the Lord of the Dead with my flesh still intact. Sounds like the Queen's a little bit. And why should I let you pass, human, when I would much rather eat you? I have been told that there is a way for humans to enter death's realm. There must be something I can do, some task that will allow me to pass your doors, gate. I seem to recall something. A trick, perhaps. A test. Yes. Should a human try to pass, a riddle is Gates want to ask. A riddle it is, then. And if thou wouldst fail to answer, Gate, his thirsty jaws will be thy fate. Agreed? Listen as though it meant thy life, then, human, for it surely does. My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends in a nominee. My whole is the gate's only key. So I know the answer. It's love. This is that piece of paper that we got from the spider's web, is the answer here. So I guess if you were smart enough, if you were good at riddles, you could just answer this without seeing that clue. My question is, how are you supposed to understand that what you got out of the spider's web is the answer to this? So the right here, my first is my first letter is foremost legally. The second circles outwardly. It's an O. My third leads all in victory, V for victory, right? My fourth twice ends a nominee, right? So E, you're saying twice ends the word nominee. It's E. My whole is this gate's only key. So love. The answer is love. Thou traitor of mortal plane, how didst thou guess love? That riddle should have never been solved. Love is unknown in this realm. Love cannot be banished even from this place. There are still spirits pining of it in the surface above. Still less can it be banished from my heart. Enough. Burden me not with thine poetry. Pass through and quickly before I change my mind. Is that riddle somewhere else in the game? Right? With like the corner torn out, like here's a riddle. And then the answer is conveniently torn out. So if you had read the book, you'd be like, wow, remember that riddle I read that didn't have an answer? Oh, look, here's a corner of a book page. That must be what happens. I just don't know where that book is, unless it's there in the stack somewhere. I'm curious. I'm going to look. Okay. Yeah, I did miss it. It's in the rare book. When you hand in the dangling participle to the bookworm gives you a rare book. And in that is the riddle with a piece missing. Now, I'm impatient and I didn't even think about reading the book. So I missed that. So it is actually in the game. I mean, I knew it must have been. Otherwise, it would have been random, right? Just to have a piece of paper, a scrap of paper, and a spider web that you're supposed to put two and two together. Alexander is standing in the hall of the Lord of the Dead. It is here that the spirits of the newly dead complete their journey and meet death himself. So obviously, I'm not going to get a perfect score because I wasn't able to get the pearl. I wasn't able to send Casima my ring. I wasn't able to get the ribbon. I didn't read the rare book, right? Like, there are things I definitely did not do. Alexander approaches the throne of the Lord of Death. This guy in the VGA version is a hunk as far as lords of the underworld go. Why have you entered my domain still wearing your flesh? If you are so anxious for death, you might have found it easily enough in the land of the living. But since you're here, you are most welcome to stay. Kiss my hand and you will be one with the spirits. There will be no pain. Throw gauntlet. Boom. I did not come here to die, but to demand my right of challenge. I respectfully challenge thee, death, by throwing down this gauntlet. Very respectful. Man may pass the portal and seek its master death. Man may pass where death has trod and challenge like Shazared, he who reigns beneath the sod to spare a mortal's breath. He has he has the gauntlet. He has the gauntlet. He has the gauntlet. Impossible. He challenges death? Who are you to challenge death? A man of flesh is all I need to be, my lord. And what is it that you seek with this challenge? The souls of some dead maiden? I seek the souls of King Caliphim and Lord Alaria of the land of the Green Isles. You would save 2 human souls and emerge alive from this realm yourself. That shall be a difficult challenge indeed. The tomb does not open its doors lightly. Either all 3 of us leave or none go. Well, I mean, Death wouldn't be, he'd be okay with that. Very well. Then let me think of an appropriate task. Ah, yes. I have it now. Your challenge is this. For thousands of years I have sat upon this throne. I have heard every sad tale that can be told by human lips. I have seen tragedies that ended empires, injustices that defy reason, love that would light the very stars turn cold and hard. I have seen torments that cannot possibly be borne, and yet must be, for centuries. This thing I have never done. I have never shed a tear. Make me cry, thou man of flesh, that is thy challenge. Make death cry? Oh, sooner could he turn sea to stone, or ice to fire. What do I have? I'll read him the boring book again. That'd make me cry. I'm really trying to think it through here. I'm gonna get a hint from the universal hint system. The druids will give you a bit of information you need. Yes, they did, and I'm not using a notebook. I didn't write down everything anyone told me. I have to remember. Death was once a mere mortal who had taken on a new role. Boy, I really glossed over that whole story. I just remember his name as Sawin. Okay, find some object that will cut through his image and reveal his humanity. Okay, it is the mirror. I just typed the wrong syntax. I did type show mirror, use mirror, and that it went show mirror. If your existence has been all that you say it has, then truth alone shall be my sword. The mirror's surface swirls with darkness for a moment, then fills with images even blacker. Reflections of despair, of wailing souls. Reflections of despair, of wailing souls, of shackles colder and more immutable than any forged by man, of a world of thirst that can never be quenched. How long will this ascending scale go? This is dedication. Does it ever stop? Okay. That's impressive. I know I was supposed to make it through the whole scene, but I couldn't. There's no way I could, like, think while that was happening. Alexander feels the mirror tremble in his grasp and is glad that he cannot see its death's face. But the Lord of the Dead is so transfixed to the mirror that the screening but the Lord of the Dead is transfixed to the mirror, to the screening of his life. Things long forgotten are once more uncovered. His enslavement to this throne while still a man, the years of watching misery and horror and growing ever more numb to it, the seep of his own humanity, the slow growth of a new thing altogether, which became that which he is now. That's right. He died. He challenged the mortals, and they punished him. They shackled him down here to be the Lord of Death, right? If I remember the story now. His is an existence that has no possibility of redemption, no end. The surrounding spirits draw away in pain. The truth is so sharp it stabs, so intense it sears. Ay, take it away! Make it stop! The mirror of truth cracks from the strain, and death sheds a single gray tear. Now, I think if you do the short route, you use that mirror at the wedding ceremony, right? So now that I have it and it's cracked, I can't possibly use it at the end of the long route, so it must not be used there. Truth is indeed a terrible thing. I have worn this mantle for so long I had forgotten its dreadful weight. You shall take the souls and leave, as I agreed. You have been granted a stay from this inevitable reality. I almost envy you. Find the souls he has claimed and bring them to me. Hooray! King Caliphim and Queen Ilaria, I presume. Your hero has won you a few more years of mortality. May your souls be more prepared for their rest when you return. Thank you, my lord. I hope that they will. And you, man of flesh, my steed shall take the three of you back to the land of the living. Tell her where it is you wish to go. To the castle? Until we meet again, then, I assure you, we will meet again. No offense, my lord, but I hope that it will be many long years from now. It is never as long as you might wish, mortal. Now be gone. Yes, my lord. Oh, we got out of the underworld pretty fast. There wasn't that much to do, right? Riddles. Are you coming, Majesty? Alhazred's treachery must be handled carefully, Alexander. Alaria and I must go gather our own allies and form a plan. In the meantime, watch over Cosima. Make sure she comes to no harm. We will return as soon as we can. Take back all that has been stolen from us. I will keep her safe until you return. Thank you, son. Your love for our daughter must be deep indeed for you to have undertaken death itself for our sakes. Indeed. May we succeed in what awaits us and live long together as a family. Oh, okay. He just turns around and looks at the screen like, what are you gonna do? Ah. Now I've been recording for about 45 minutes. Do I stop here? Oh, there is something I should do. Um, I need to get the genie's lamp. And I did spoil this for myself because I didn't remember it at all. I'll show you. You either know about this already or you don't. So the genie's around consistently now. He used to just show up where he was supposed to. Right now, where he's supposed to be is here because you're supposed to do this. Alexander suddenly gets a very sneaky idea. I just can't go on anymore. Without Kasim, I'd just rather not live. Prince Alex, no. It's true. The vizier has beaten me. I give up. Poison is my last resort. I beg you, stop. I am no more. Oh, what a waste. The poor young fool. He's dead. Wait until Abdul hears, he'll be so pleased." That's the genie saying that. Seconds later in the castle. Now we'll be able to see what lamp he comes out of. "I told you not to pop in like that. You can learn to knock like everyone else." I don't remember this guy's voice. "Sorry, master, I couldn't help myself. I have great news." "Well, what is it?" "Prince Alexander is dead. He killed himself in despair over losing Casima. Teehee." "What? Are you positive? That young man has proven to be most devious." "I saw it the whole thing myself, master. He was really and truly quite dead." If what you say is true, it shall be most convenient. You've spent enough time on that little irritant. We must start thinking about the wedding." "Anything, master. Oh, I do love weddings." "Well, we do want you to look your prettiest, don't we? Now, Shamir Shamazel, to the lamp with you. Prepare yourself as we discussed." So this is the lamp I need. In the VGA version, it shows you on the desk. "Sorry, friend, I was doing a little acting, I'm afraid." "Ah, of course, the strange cloaked man. You are quite clever, and a bit too exciting for an old man." Okay, now let's talk to this guy. We can get the lamp. "Excuse me, peddler." We already read this. Oh, we want 5. "Ah, fine choice, my son. Here is your new lamp." "Good day, and I thank you." I don't know what voice he had. Doesn't matter. He's gone now for good. "Good day." Picked the right lamp, didn't I? Sure, I had another dud. Well, I just won't save over last bit. Just in case I need to, go back and undo what I did. Okay, so Alhazred doesn't know the king and queen are alive. I've got the lamp. I just need to I need to talk to Jalo, right? And Jalo's at the castle. He said he wasn't gonna come back to the shop, so I think I have to go to the castle to find Jalo. Oh wait, there's still a spell I haven't cast, right? I need to paint myself. Oh no, I didn't get I didn't get River Styx water for my spell like I was supposed to. Is this a soft lock? I mean, I can reload, it's not a problem. But I'm curious if there's, like, no other way other than to get in, because I need to cast that spell, right? There we go. Okay, I'm getting some water from the River Styx. Alexander scoops up a little of the River Styx into the teacup, being careful not to get any of the black water in his skin. And now we'll go back to me at the castle. I think I have everything I need now. I think I just need to get the paintbrush. It took me like 20 minutes because I kept falling off into the river Styx, like repeatedly. And then there's like a sweet spot. There's a sweet distance for giving the peddler the lamp, and I couldn't hit it. And then when I did hit it, I accidentally would hit enter too many times to dismiss the dialogue, and it would just pick, I don't know, lamp one or whatever. It took me way too long to get back. um, Okay, so we have to add the water to the cup, which we have. Stir with horse feather. To Marx Brothers movies. That's apply to blank surface with artist brush. Speak incantation over painting to materialize. Can I paint another door on the wall of the castle? Before he stirs the magic paint mixture, Alexander wants to be certain he knows exactly what to paint on. He does not want to risk the ingredients losing its potency. Fair. Let's try to paint a second door here. Feel like that's what we do? Feel like this game you just like try to do it at every screen until you find the right one if you can't think of what to do, right? Alexander dips the large black feather into the teacup and stirs the contents gently. Oh, look, it's draining the black from the horse feather. Oh, horse feathers. To his amazement, the jet black color of the feather slowly drains from the end to tip into the teacup. The teacup mixture blackens and thickens to a paint like consistency. Alexander carefully puts it away, discarding the drained feather. Um, There we go. Feeling artistically inspired, Alexander decides to make use of the large blank castle wall. Apparently, I did remember that. Ah, a door. Just what Alexander was thinking this wall needed. Open door? Alexander would love to go through the painted door, but that is still quite solid. I cast the spell again? Is that right? With trepidation, Alexander gathers his strength for the enchantment of the painted door. Magic paint, black as ink. Bring to life what I think. Make it real, what I draw, according to the spoken law. There we go. The spell worked. The door is magically solidified. Eager to be inside the castle at last, Alexander opens the enchanted door and steps inside. Okay. Oops. Oh well. Well, we didn't need to read that. Um, I feel confident saving over that one. The castle basement is cool after the heat of the day. The arched dome ceilings add to the sense of spaciousness in the wide corridors. On the east wall is a dungeon door. On the west wall is a strange door with no handle. This is the west basement hallway. Alexander hears a door off the north hallway open, then the sound of guard dog footsteps. The footsteps are headed this way. Open door? Alexander opens the dungeon door and slips inside. What do we got in here? Alexander hears the guard dog leave the basement. It seems he's safe enough for the moment. Oh, is Mother, Mother, where are you? Must be Ali. Mother, Mother, where are you? Alexander stands by helplessly as the ghost wails grow louder. Little boy, be quiet. Wah, Mother, wah. Uh-oh. The ghost wailing has attracted the guards. Alexander hears the sound of footsteps in the hallway. I tell you, I heard something. I'm checking it out. You and your ghost. There's nothing there, I say. Hi. I don't believe this. It's an intruder, and he's already put himself in the dungeon. Bones, some humans can really be dumb. Well, shut the door, then let's lock him in and go tell the vizier. Right. Well, thanks for saving us some work, human. Let's post extra guards, though. That wailing made me nervous. Right. We'll get Scratch to guard the hell. Right. We'll get Scratch to guard the hall and watch the door. He's not afraid of no ghosts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Just as Alexander realizes that he has no possible means of escape, he hears the sound of wedding music playing somewhere in the castle. Confound this dungeon. I'll never be able to stop the wedding now. So Jalo saves you if you walk into the guard. but you don't have a chance to give him the lamp. Coming from behind the door at the top of the stairs. One of them must be on his way down. Okay. What's this door? Alexander decides to evade the guard dog by ducking into another room. Oh, it's Jollo. Prince Alexander, I can't believe. Wait, Prince Alexander, I can't believe it. How did you get into the castle? Well, actually, it's a little hard to explain. Oh, I bet. You run a terrible risk being here. That's not his voice, is it? The castle, here we go. The castle is crawling with guard dogs, especially today. The visitor will have your hide if he finds you. I know that, Jalo, but Casima's being married today. What greater risk is there than that? Of course, you're right. Young love, I forgot what heartburn it is. But what do you propose to do about it? I've got to try to see her, maybe even stop the wedding. Is that all? And here I thought you would try something dangerous. Huh. Don't worry about me, friend. Just tell me, where's Casima? As far as I know, she's still in her bedroom upstairs. You'd never make it up there, though. The guard dogs are everywhere, and they're very loyal to the crown. Unfortunately, right now, the crown means Alhazred. If we had some proof of something truly foul, the guard dogs might listen. As it is, they're your enemies, not his. I understand. I've had no lack of enemies since I got here. In fact, you'd almost think I wasn't welcome. and ha! And they say princes have no sense of humor. Well, I can see there's no putting you off. For Casima's sake, I wish you luck. I'll be here if there's anything you need. Thanks, Jalo. I've been thinking about what you said about swapping the replica for the genie's lamp. I got this lamp from the old lamp seller in town. Do you think it will pass? Why, yes, it's an exact replica. That's amazing. How did you guess? I suppose it was intuition. Yeah, I mean, he had no way. That was an example of stage irony, right? We, as the audience, knew something that Alexander didn't. I'll have to wait for the right moment, mind you, but I should be able to get close enough to swap this for the real thing, and none shall be the wiser. Now you shall see Jalo's skill. I'm sure your hands are mightier than my sword, my clever friend. Go ahead and do as you've planned, and let me worry about swapping the lamp. If I accomplish the trickery, I'll manage to get the lamp to you somehow, never fear. I have faith, Jalo. You are a true friend. Aw, shucks, I would do anything for the princess. Okay. Jalo got anything in here? Jalo's bedroom is spacious, neat, and lush with dramatic colors. Like its resident, there's a melancholy sheen to its brightness. I think actually I'm going to stop here because I'll be at about an hour. The next video might not be a whole hour. I can't remember, but there'll be the ending and everything like that. So we'll save the last bit for perhaps a shorter video, but that's fine. I think I'm in the clear now. Don't think I can possibly soft lock myself anymore, but we'll see. All I've got is the peppermint leaves still, so if you want to take those, chew on them. It'll give you the illusion of eating something at least. Well, until I see you again, adventure safe out there, all right?